Oh, good morning and welcome back to CityLine. With me, I have two amazing individuals who are here to talk about a wonderful partnership that falls under the umbrella of Downtown on the Go, but we're celebrating 10 years of Walk Tacoma. So let's find out what it is. Please join me in welcoming Megan Kula. You are as fabulous as your name.
Well, thank you.
You are the events manager for Downtown on the Go. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
And you brought with you one of my favorite people in Tacoma, Tanya Durant. Every time I get a chance to either spend time with you or to have you in the studio, I count myself as a very lucky person because you are so busy. You are the executive director of the Children's Museum of Tacoma. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good. That's when I
Always
saw you.
Good to see you.
Was at the auction, but then you were in Paris right after that. So how fabulous. So let's talk about this, Megan, for people who moved here during the wintertime and are going, hey, it's spring in Tacoma. I feel like getting outside. And there's this thing called Downtown on the Go. What is it?
Sure. Downtown on the Go is the transportation advocate and resource for downtown Tacoma. We're a nonprofit, and we were formed through a partnership between the Tacoma-Pierce County Chamber, the City of Tacoma, and Pierce Transit. And we work to educate people about transportation options. We encourage people to walk, bike, and take transit. And we advocate for a more walkable, bikeable, transit-friendly community.
You do like no one's business. I mean, I constantly see people downtown walking, cycling, and I see them in groups. And then I see them at pubs. And then I see them like with little treasure maps. And I'm like, these people never sleep. They're always making downtown more accessible. The only thing you haven't handed out yet is a jetpack. And so I am the one who keeps like emailing you, where's my jetpack? This is the 10-year anniversary of Walk Tacoma. So let's talk about what is Walk Tacoma.
Sure. Walk Tacoma is a 6-event walking series. It's a free series. All the walks are 1 to 2 miles in length. They're educational walks. So we have historians, local leaders, architects leading those walks. And they're held on the first Wednesday of the month, starting on National Walking Day. So our kickoff is coming up very soon. We have it coming on April 3rd. And then the walks will be either at lunchtime or just after work on the first Wednesday of the month through August. And it's our 10-year anniversary, so this is exciting.
Huge.
And we are bringing back, for this series, we're bringing back our favorite walks from the past 9 years. So we're highlighting some of our best walks, and we'll have those throughout the series.
I love that. So when we think about why walking as opposed to running, because, I mean, you want this, or you mentioned that one of your goals was to make this a family-friendly event. So why isolate just walking?
Well, everyone can walk and get out there. We want to have the whole community out there, and we want to connect people to our community. So if you are walking through a space or through an area of the community, you see it so differently than if you're driving through that community. So you see the businesses, you see the art, and we bring in, with this walking tour, an educational portion of that. So we really want to connect people to our community and connect all people, all ages, to our community.
Yeah, that's a great answer. So speaking of communities, the Children's Museum, Tanya, was the first in the nation. I always got to put that in there. I'm so proud to have the pay what you can admission for the Children's Museum, and you're always busy with new initiatives. So why did you decide, or why did the museum decide to participate in Walk Tacoma, given your vision, given your mission? Does it tie in?
One of the things that the Children's Museum is really excited about is partnering with a real diverse group of businesses and individuals and organizations to really promote this sense of child-centered community. So Downtown on the Go has always been a great partner for us, and when we met with them to talk about building a family-friendly component or a child-friendly component into the walks, they came to the table saying, let's do one of the walks that's dedicated to children and families. And our answer was, well, why wouldn't all the walks be that way? So Megan and the team really looked at what can we do. So we've partnered now for, gosh, what is this, Megan? The third year, maybe?
At least with all the walks. Yes.
Yeah, oftentimes the walk that is specific to children and families will launch at the Children's Museum. So I think we've been doing that for years. But so it really is part of a bigger initiative and movement in the community to really be thinking about putting children at the center of everything that we do. So it was a natural partnership and fit for us.
It is. And you know, one of the things I love about this time of year is you do see families out walking after dinner. You see them out there and with the little toddlers who are just, you know, just learning, and the parks are exploding now. So, you know, I always used to think that the family that walks together stays together, because there's so much put away the phone time, get to know your neighbors, go see what's happening at a farmer's market, walk down to a local community garden. So that walk is everywhere, isn't it? So what other partnerships are you looking at, Megan, in terms of being a part of this walk?
Sure. We collaborate with many different organizations for our Walk Tacoma program. So, like I said, our kickoff is on National Walking Day. So we partner with the American Heart Association on that and have done that for years. And we also, that kickoff is in Wright Park, and we collaborate with Metro Parks Tacoma as well. All of our walks are led by local historians and local leaders or architects. So we have many different individuals leading our walks, and businesses host socials. So our evening walks have socials after those walks hosted by local businesses. So we have many partners, and our large partner with all of the walks is the Children's Museum. So it's just wonderful to have a partnership with the Children's Museum and have many different activities for children on each walk.
I love that. And just the community building on that walk of parents exchanging resources and getting to know each other and setting up play dates, all of that is so crucial for us to be that community center for children's lives. It's a win-win. So this is a question, both of you, I'd like you to answer. And I'll start with Tanya first. What can the attendees expect from the walk, number one? And then I guess 1A is, what can the children expect from the walk?
Sure. So what we're trying to do is to help Downtown on the Go infuse playful things and age-appropriate things to keep the children really interested and occupied, but also discovering, right? Because that's what children do. They're always asking questions and investigating. So there's things like little treasure hunts, scavenger hunts based on the content of the walk. If it's an architectural walk, there would be also talking cues or questions that parents can be asking their children. Well, so what happens when you look high? What happens when you look low? Or just different things like learning street signs and learning stoplights, and just some safety stuff too for children and families walking. So there'll be fun treats, but also some really practical information that will help both Downtown on the Go and the parents and the families make the most of their walks.
I love that. And Megan, same question. What can attendees expect from your point of view, and then also the children?
Sure. All of our walks are free, and people can register online beforehand, or they can just show up. So you don't have to worry about registering beforehand. You could come right to the start of the event. And it's a 1 to 2 mile walk. It's a slower pace. It's an educational walk, so we'll stop along the way and learn about often the history of the location. Our kickoff, we'll learn the history about Wright Park, as well as Stadium High School and Stadium Bowl. And along the route, there'll be activities for children. We do make sure that our walks are accessible. And we always have, especially with our kickoff and it being the 10-year, we have swag bags for participants. Our first 100 participants to register will get our 10-year anniversary T-shirts.
Oh, I love that.
So it's fun. It'll be a lot of fun, especially with this 10-year celebration.
You guys have thought of everything. So I can imagine there's a website that we've been showing beneath your beautiful face where people can get more details and find out about some of the other walks and programs that are happening. Who do we need to thank for all this community goodness?
Sure. We would like to thank our partners for Downtown on the Go. So the Tacoma-Pierce County Chamber, the City of Tacoma, Pierce Transit, and I would like to thank the Puyallup Watershed Initiative, Active Transportation COI. They are our series sponsor.
Great.
So they sponsor our entire series, and they've done that for a long time now. And we could not have this program would not be possible without our volunteers. So we have volunteer leaders, we have volunteers working with safety and our sound system and registration. So we couldn't do it with all of those helping hands.
Perfect. Okay, Tanya, next 6 months, what should I not miss at the Children's Museum?
Well, coming up on April 19th is our annual Symposium on Children as Citizens, or youngest citizens. And this year we're really focusing on the changes that we have seen in our community around becoming more child-centric. This is a perfect example. And I should say 2 years, I wanted to point out what a great partner Downtown on the Go is. 2 years ago at the symposium, after the symposium, they hosted a walk downtown where people were investigating our city and looking for traces of children. So it's just really been a wonderful partnership.
Well, I want to say thank you to both of you for your partnership and for being here today. And get those sneakers on because it's time to walk in this beautiful weather. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
My pleasure. When we come back, we will have VITA here, which stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back after this quick break.